Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Know-Wow. I'm your host, Dr. Savi and I am the CEO of Knowledge Hemispheres, a company based in the UK, but we do a lot of work with podcasting, online learning, e-induction. Now, the purpose of the Know-Wow show that comes out every couple of weeks is to talk about best practice in terms of business management, management consultancy, and we're opening up to a new area, new developments in information technology, or areas where your business could achieve competitive gains. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen that Steve Jobs has made an announcement with regards to something called the iPhone. Now, I've got a number of devices here that I've had over the years. First of all, the humble calculator. Secondly, the iPod. And number three, my combined mobile phone and little mini PDA, which is a personal digital assistant. And if you want to go the whole hog, we've got the laptop, which is a very nice little thin laptop, about 1.4 kgs in weight, but quite nice. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about was that with the announcement that was made recently with regards to the iPhone, what opportunities are there for convergence to actually happen? But more importantly, is there an opportunity for businesses to take advantage of this new up-and-coming trend? The trend is called convergence. When we look at video technology and we look at audio technology and we look at them coming together. Already you can buy devices in the market that allow you to watch TV on your mobile. And increasingly organisations are moving towards something called IPTV. IP stands for Internet Protocol. I heard recently somebody saying to me that if an organisation decided to go down a corporate podcasting route, which is again a management consultancy opportunity, because to record any podcast you need to project manage it. It's not simply a case of identifying a script and actually just purely recording it and hoping to put it out there and hoping that people are going to listen to it. There is a lot more that goes into developing a podcast. Now, we have done an episode in the past with regards to podcasting, but I wanted to talk specifically about the convergence that's actually occurring, and really more importantly, how the convergence actually affects businesses. Are businesses not willing to take the risk of allowing their information to be disseminated to even further locations? Are there security issues associated with what people say? More importantly, are people designing the messages right? It isn't simply a case of actually, again, doing a script, getting a great voiceover person, and actually getting that out and open. There has to be some kind of marketing benefit. There has to be some kind of return on investment. Now, we're not glorifying this whole new communication era. What we're talking about is actually thinking about what needs to be said, the appropriate location for that, and the effective use of that technology as well. Now, I can think about a number of great ways to do projects and use podcasting. If I go to a project meeting where I'm sitting back and I'm watching people actually conduct the meeting, or I'm actually taking part as well, at the end of that meeting what normally happens is that documentation is written down and it's sent out as a set of minutes. Wouldn't it be great if the actual meeting could be recorded and somebody could summarise the points that are required and it could be attached and sent out immediately? Better still, a feed could be created and it could be hosted somewhere on a website once the actual file is submitted, or the project participants can actually get a text message or an email saying there's actually an update now about the meeting that took place. If we're living in a dynamic world, what we need is dynamic tools. So it's all very well me holding up a mobile phone which can do fancy things like sliding and having a keyboard, but are there business benefits? Well, from an e-induction perspective, there's some powerful things that can take place. If I'm about to start in a new organisation, or I'm about to start in a new project, wouldn't it be great to get a briefing about exactly what that project's about? And if I don't have time to read a very thick manual about what's been going on, or the status reports, a really great summary from the individual who runs the project, or the program managers who are involved, would be great. That's a powerful use of communication. In terms of presentation and formatting, again, that's some skills that need to be transferred across, but once a boilerplate or a template is set up with regards to what exactly needs to be said and how it needs to be said then everyone can follow that corporate standard. Those individual files can be also recorded and archived as well to ensure that there's some kind of follow back about what was said and who said what. There's a danger of misinterpretation of messages. Well, there's some audio evidence for that to ensure it's not going to take place. So let's go back to the point about the convergence. We have the iPod, we have the mobile phone. They're going to come together maybe as an iPhone. So would that mean that it's simply a case of having the MP3 file and not actually requiring it anymore? Well, to a certain extent, yes, but more importantly, if you incorporate messaging, if you incorporate practical corporate solutions, for example, the conference call example that I gave earlier on, or another example maybe that the CEO wishes to send a message out, or the sales director may wish to send out a product update. Merging together the technology that sits within the actual phone itself, so it's not just a case of the MP3, but using the RSS technology, which is the ability to be able to upload episodes, upload immediate updates, and also inform your very large community of listeners in terms of what's actually happening, creates a dynamic communication workflow. So lots of opportunities for corporate podcasting. What it does need is some courage to take it forward. And more importantly, it needs standards. And just as effective is great project management techniques to ensure that the procedure changes that need to take place to enable you to effectively use this new technology are embedded and are very, very well respected by all the people that use it. Well, that's all for this week. I hope you enjoyed this particular episode where we were looking at the convergence of mobile phones and all the various gizmos that we can get and we can get our hands on. Maybe one day we'll have just one device where we can do absolutely everything seamlessly, wirelessly, and we're not having to connect to a nearby node. It will all be with us. It will be what's called semantic. But that's for another time. This is Dr. Savi signing off for another week.